All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be working on replacing my electric water heater. It should not be too hard to do, but there are a few steps that I'm going to share with you. If it's your first time ever doing it, never done it before, so that you will know how to do it yourself. This is something you definitely can do yourself, but there's a couple of different things you need to keep in mind. This is electric. You're already dealing with some water, so we're going to talk about all different things that you need to keep in mind to effectively and safely change and install a new water heater. Let's get to it. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure that your water heater is turned off at the breaker. You can see right here, it's the water heater. It is off. So now I know that it is safely turned off. So my water heater is up under the house. Some people have theirs in the garage or even their attic, but mine is in my crawl space. So I'm going up under there and show you what we have to do next. All right, so guys, I have a pretty nice little crawl space. So I'm actually sitting up under my crawl space, and this right here is my water heater that I am replacing. And I'm going to show you the different things that you need to do for a safety perspective to make sure that you don't electrocute yourself. This tool right here, you can use it to check that you don't have any electricity coming in here. Okay, if I was to touch this, see I'm touching it here, and this would turn red, that means that this wire is live. Okay. But because I turned it off at the breaker, this is not coming on. If I was to go and to touch another wire in here, let me see, I don't have a wire near here right now that I can show you, but if I was going to touch it, you would see that this would actually turn red and start beeping. So that we know that this is off, and I could safely remove this when it's time to do so. Okay.
Wow, look at those old copper pipes. I really wish they were PVC or PEX.
So now that I know that the electricity is turned off, the next thing we need to do now is to begin to drain the hot water heater. Okay. And I'm going to show you the very first thing you need to do. The very first thing you need to do next is to make sure that you turn off the cold water coming into the hot water. Okay, I'm about to show you that now. See that?
I said hot water,
you see
but
that
I meant
knob
hot
right
water
there?
heater.
You turn that off. You're going to turn it clockwise to actually close the valve. Okay, so my house is using old copper pipes. You may have PVC or even PEX, which I think is kind of the standard now that most people are using, but I have copper. But regardless of that, you're going to turn the water off. Okay, this is just a regular valve, shut-off valve. In an ideal world, you would have a quarter turn valve, but this is what I have right now. You turn the water all the way off. Okay, that's very, very important. Turn the water all the way off, because the next thing you want to do after that, and you can already see here that I have a hose connected to the bottom of the drain pipe. All right, you want to make sure that you turn that. Valve off so that when you begin to drain, you're not constantly draining out water that's coming into the water heater. I definitely recommend that you get yourself a good pair of pliers. You can use this to try to unhook the lines from the water heater when you get to that point, and also you may need to tighten the hose from the drain line at the bottom of the water heater. All right, so this is the end of my hose, and as you can see, it is still draining. Okay, and so until all that water drains outside of my water heater, I'm not going to be able to actually remove it as of yet. I want to share with you so you don't make the same mistake that I did. I started to drain the water heater, but I kept hearing like water was flowing through the house. You know, like sometimes you go outside your spigot and you turn on the outside faucet and you hear the water flowing. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Well, in actuality, what happened was I did not fully turn the cold water off. So as I was draining, I was also filling the hot water heater with cold water. So guys, make sure that the shutoff valve to the cold water is all the way off. Another thing that you want to do is to also make sure that when you start draining, that you have a faucet inside the house. Have it turned on towards the hot water. That's going to help to get air outside of the pipes. Guys, it's the next morning. I let the water drain out of the water heater all night long because I guess it was full of water, and I think there's a whole lot of sediment in there. It's supposed to, in theory, take about 45 minutes to an hour to drain 40 gallons out. I do have a long hose, but it shouldn't take that long. But I think it's because there's so much sediment in there. To be honest with you guys, I have not been maintaining it like I should have. I've been in this house for over 20 some odd years. Probably should have been doing a little bit more to maintain it. I will do that going forward with the new tank, but I'm gonna go see where we're at now and go from there. So I'm shocked. It is still slowly draining. So there must be a tremendous amount of sediment in there, but we got to get this thing out. I'm hoping it's at a point to where I can unhook the pipes and drag it out. But yeah, it is still draining. That is crazy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unhook the hot water line, because that's totally shut off. There's no water going into the tank. I'm going to unhook the water line and go from there. All right, so go ahead and remove this overflow line here. And as you see, I'm gonna have to glue this back together because it's turning up there at the top of the pipe, but that's simple.
Yeah, guys, get the right tools. It makes a world of a difference. Using this pipe wrench, yes, made it a whole lot easier.
Having the right tools makes a difference. Okay. Alright, so that's why it's still draining, because this water was not completely shut off. It is closed, but this valve is crazy. It's not working right, so I'm gonna have to go shut it down from the house. That explains it. That's why it was draining all night long, because that knob, that valve on there, it definitely needs to be replaced. I don't want to replace it, but I need to replace it. I need to put one of those quarter turn valves on there. So it's been letting water in there all night long. Probably need to make sure, just go ahead and just turn the whole water off at the house. If I would have done that, the water tank would have been completely empty. So after getting the new water heater up under the house, we ran into a problem and saw that the copper pipes did not connect exactly like it did with the old water heater. So let me show you what we had to do. The first thing we had to do was to cut off the connections from the bottom of the old copper pipe, and now you see that I'm sanding it. For that, I had to use a pipe cutter, which you can get at any hardware store. Next, I went to our big box store to get this little coupling. This will actually screw onto the new water heater. And then as you can see, you see those little teeth right there that will allow the pipe to just fit right in there and make a really, really tight connection. So this, guys, is the finished product. You can see here I do have the electrical. I did not show that, but it's essentially just connecting the wires just like you did when you took it off of the old water heater. But with that coupling, you can see here I was just able to screw it onto the top of the new water heater and just push the existing copper pipes right into the coupling for a really, really tight connection. So everyone, good news, the job is done. I want to share with you my takeaways. So this was my first time ever changing out a electric water heater. These are the things I definitely want to recommend. All right, first and foremost, make sure you have the right tools. Get you a good, reliable pipe wrench. Don't try some little small, dinky crescent wrench. Get you a pipe wrench. You will thank me for that. Next, turn the water off at the main line to the house. Make sure you do that. You are running the trouble. You may run into trouble like I did with water continue going into the tank. Before you do anything, always make sure you turn off the electricity, whatnot, and that will definitely allow you to be safer. Okay. Last but not least, you may run into a connection issue, but go to your big box store. They should have some type of connection. Mine had that little shark teeth that I could use to actually bring in the copper pipes into the little coupling that's right onto the water heater. And so those are different things that I would say keep in mind. This is definitely a job you can do yourself. You can change your own electric water heater. So don't be afraid, guys. You could spend over $2,000-$3,000 just to get an electric water heater replaced. But this is something, apart from actually buying the new water heater, this is something you can definitely do yourself. So hopefully this video helps. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section. If there's something I could have done differently or something that you would like to share, let me know. And yes, I know I did not put in or install that drain. I'm going to do that. I might do that in another video. But yeah, I have not forgotten about that. All right. As always, if you like, share, subscribe. Remember, this is something you can do yourself. Blessings, my friends.